The National Institute of Korean History is preparing a state-authored Korean history textbook to the protest of some people in the academic circle. The list of North Korean participants for the upcoming inter-Korean family reunions has been revealed. We bring you tearful stories of families set to meet. And in the U.S., President Park Geun-hye placed a wreath at the Korean War Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. and visited the NASA Space Flight Center. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Thursday, October 15th. I'm Luke Clary. The National Institute of Korean History has started preparing for the development of a state-authored Korean history textbook with the formation of a new task force team. Now, the next step is to set up a writing team, but people in the academic circle are protesting by refusing to take part in the new textbook project.
The National Institute of Korean History has started forming a task force team in charge of developing new textbooks. A separate team of about 8 members will be launched. The task force team will decide on the setup and procedures concerning the textbook writers group. The National Institute of Korean History has also started looking for historians to make up a textbook writing team. Experts in each field of study have been sounded out for their willingness to participate in the project, and some have reportedly given positive answers to the request.
개인 일이 아니라 우리 국가 일이니까 어느 일이 전 국가를 위해서 하는 일인가 한번 생각해 볼 생각이에요.
The writing team will have twice as many members as that for the current government-approved textbooks, which used to have between 4 and 8 writers per textbook. However, history professors are declaring one after another their refusals to write a state-mandated textbook. Following history professors from Yonsei University, those from Korea University and Kyunghee University have issued statements, refusing to take part in the textbook writing team. In addition to publicly advertising for the job, the National Institute of Korean History plans to invite some writers if they're considered essential to the new textbook project.
The list of North Korean participants for the upcoming inter-Korean family reunions has been revealed. The reunions will be held at the Norse Mount Kumgang Resort from October 20th to 26th. And among the participants, a couple will be reunited for the first time in 65 years, while a son will meet his father for the very first time. Here are their tearful stories.
Lee Oh-gyun will meet her 88-year-old husband Chae Hun-sik, the oldest North Korean participant in the scheduled inter-Korean family reunions. She still can't believe she will be able to meet her husband after waiting for 65 years.
말도 안 나올 것 같아. 안중 마음에는. 뭐 고상했다는 또 호강했다는 그 소리도 안 나올 것 같아.
A son who was separated from his father shortly after his first birthday will soon turn 70.
다른 애들은 전부 아버지 아버지만 부르는데 저는 아버지 석자를 못 불렀으니까.
A woman in her 80s has been holding memorial services for her husband for nearly 40 years, believing that he might have died. Upon learning that her husband is still alive, she showed great enthusiasm for a reunion, vowing to see her spouse even if it meant having to crawl to Mount Kumgang.
내가 많이 그리고 살은 거. 아들 때문에 여적직 평생을 그냥 살은 거.
Having completed repairs on reunion facilities at Mount Kumgang, the South Korean government will send a 14-member advance team to fine-tune reunion schedules and make final checks on preparations.
President Park Geun-hye placed a wreath at the Korean War Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., and emphasized the importance of the South Korea-U.S. alliance. She later visited NASA to ask for broader cooperation in space program development.
President Park Geun-hye placed a wreath at the Korean War Veterans Memorial, marking the 20th anniversary of its unveiling. President Park thanked American veterans of the Korean War by saying that the South Korea-U.S. friendship that began with the Korean War has helped revive free democracy.
한미 동맹을 더욱 튼튼하게 발전시키고 또 대한민국을 세계 인류 국가를 만들어서 여러분들의 헌신과 희생에 보답하겠습니다.
She then visited NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center to tour the cutting-edge aerospace facilities and suggested the two nations broaden cooperation in space development programs. She also received a welcoming message from an American astronaut currently staying at the International Space Station.
Orbiting 250 miles above the Earth. On behalf of my crewmates, I want to extend our warmest wishes from space to President Park on the occasion of her visit to Goddard.
Later in the day, President Park attended Korea-America Friendship Night, where a variety of cultural events were presented to solidify the harmony and friendship between the two nations.
The Korean-style Black Friday event ended on October 14th after a 14-day run. The retail discount event boosted consumption and increased department store sales by some 20%, but there remain a few details to be ironed out for next year. Here's the story.
Sales figures at major department stores jumped about 20% during the two-week Black Friday event. Experts say that the retail discount event effectively boosted domestic consumption to a certain degree.
메르스로 인한 내수 부진 이런 거 겪고 있던 차에 내수 회복의 기발을 이번 행사를 계기로 보여줘서.
However, the biggest discounts were mostly offered on out-of-season leftovers, while generally discounts amounted to only 10 to 20%. As a result, the government belatedly asked distributors to increase discount rates and the number of items on sale. Due to insufficient promotion, only about 20 traditional markets participated in the Black Friday event.
유통업체와 제조업체가 다 참여를 하고 그리고 1년 동안 쌓인 재고를 한꺼번에 털어내는 계기가 되어야만 할인율이 70, 80%까지 올라갈 수가 있는 것이고요.
Some are voicing opinions that consumption can only be stimulated substantially if the discount event is regularized and standardized as it is in the U.S.
The Korea Electronics Show is open to introduce cutting-edge electronics and provide a glimpse into the present and future of IT technology. Let's take a closer look.
Images are displayed on a clear window. It's actually the world's largest 200-inch transparent TV. 4 transparent 55-inch OLED TVs have replaced a living room window. The TVs show an array of information, which is made possible by improved transmittance and reflexibility. This portable keyboard can be rolled up 4 times lengthwise to turn into a stick.
이 부분에서 제일 좋구나. 또 예를 들면 어떤 기술이 들어가 있어서 이게 또 신제품이구나 그런 걸 알 수 있어서 좋았어요.
A robotic vacuum cleaner named PowerBot shows off its super suction power by sucking up a bowling ball. Also on display is an induction cooktop with virtual flames, indicating the appliance is turned on. If you don't like trying on clothes during shopping, this smart mirror may be just what you need. Just click the mirror with your fingers to put on clothes in a virtual environment. Running until October 17, the Korea Electronics Show is attended by 800 businesses from 23 countries. The participating firms will meet with some 3,000 buyers and discuss export deals worth nearly $1.8 billion.
The police will introduce the use of wearable cameras on a trial basis. The device is meant for recording images and sounds in the case of an emergency or when arresting a suspect. The measure is meant to ensure the safety of both police officers and citizens.
녹화를 시작합니다.
Cameras are attached to the uniforms of police officers who patrol a neighborhood's streets. It is a so-called wearable police camera that can record images and sounds at a short distance. The National Police Agency announced a plan to distribute 100 police cameras next month to police stations and traffic cops for a trial operation.
112 신고 또는 교통경찰관들이 현장에서 일어날 수 있는 그런 공무집행 방해라든지 또는 일반 시민에 대한 경찰관들의 과도한 폭력을 예방하기 위해서 도입을 하게 되었습니다.
Police will only operate the camera with advance notice in emergencies, such as when they arrest suspects or need to preserve evidence. However, experts point out that the police must more actively gauge public opinion and devise supplementary measures to address possible problems that may arise during the operation. The police plan to operate the police cameras on a trial basis until year's end, before expanding their use beginning next year.
The wild herb thistle is widely used not only in cooking, but also in medicine. Researchers have found recently that a substance contained in thistle has excellent arthritis treatment properties.
This farm raises thistles for medicinal purposes. Thistle roots and flowers are widely used to control bleeding and suppress inflammation. A test conducted by the Rural Development Administration by extracting apigenin from thistles and applying it to cells and animals showed that it was 77% as effective as existing remedies in suppressing cartilage destruction. Although its medicinal effect falls short of that of medicines, it has no side effects and can be consumed as food. The thistle extract also helps reduce substances that cause swelling by 52% and pain by 41%. This explains why it helps alleviate pain caused by arthritis. The researchers also found that the seeds, peel, and silk of thistles, which are mostly discarded, contain more medicinal substances than other parts of the plant.
천연물 쪽의 어떤 시장이 이제 크게 성장하고 있는데요. 은근히 어떤 관절염 효능을 밝힘으로 해서 앞으로 치료제 그럴까요? 그런 쪽에 어떤 산업적인 기반을 만들었다.
The Rural Development Administration plans to apply for a patent for their findings and start the mass production of new remedies using natural thistle extracts.
A large gilt bronze Buddhist statue has been discovered at a temple site of the unified Shilla period in Yangyang County. Experts say that the statue has high artistic value and has been preserved well.
This gilt bronze statue was presumably made during the unified Shilla period. The distinct facial features and the elegant attire represent the essence of Shilla Buddhist art.
상에 가지고 있는 자세를 봤을 때는 매우 아주 뛰어난 장인이 만들었다는 것을 추정할 수 있습니다. 그래서 조각 수법이 상당히 뛰어나고.
The statue was discovered in Sallimwonji, a former site of a Buddhist temple from the unified Shilla era. Standing 40 centimeters tall, the statue is the tallest among all the Bodhisattva statues with known origin. A pedestal and a decorative halo have also been discovered along with the statue. Experts say its value is high enough to regard it as a national treasure.
저희 기대 이상으로 훌륭한 문화재들이 발굴이 돼서 정밀 조사를 할 겁니다. 정밀 복원을 해보고 추후에 어떻게 할 건지를 결정을 할 겁니다.
The Cultural Heritage Administration will transport the statue to the National Cultural Properties Research Institute for a close examination to determine its value.
Nighttime lows are falling, and now is the time to take out those heating appliances such as electric floor pads and hot water mats you've been keeping in the closet. Today we'll show you what to watch for whether you're taking them out from storage or buying them new. Electric floor pads are heated by electric wires embedded in the pad, while hot water mats are operated by circulating the water heated in a boiler through tubes inside the mat. Since these devices run on electricity, consumers are naturally concerned about their energy costs. What should they do to save on their power bills?
전기 매트나 온수 매트는 적정 온도에 도달하게 되면 자동 전원 차단하는 기능이 있습니다. 그런데 일반 소비자들이 이러한 기능을 잘 모르기 때문에 이불이나 요를 덮어놓지 않고 사용하기 때문에 더 많은 전기요금이 나올 수도 있습니다.
Electromagnetic waves are also a concern. Is there a way to completely shield yourself from them? The Korea Testing Certification has put in place the electric magnetic field system to certify the electromagnetic output of various appliances. It is advised to check the EMF certification before purchasing heated floor pads. Next, let's take a look at hot water mats. Unlike electric floor mats, these devices use hot water distributed through tubes. This feature gives people the perception that they're safe from electromagnetic waves.
온수 보일러에 전기 히터로 물을 데워서 온수 배관을 통하여 순환하는 방식을 적용하기 때문에 온수 보일러에 전기 히터 및 전동 모터에서 전자파가 발생될 수 있습니다.
Safety should be at the top of your checklist when choosing between an electric floor pad and a hot water mat. Many fires are caused by these warming appliances every year. Electric heating pads should not be folded like a comforter because the heat-generating wires inside may cause a short circuit and start a fire. Also, the water tubes inside hot water mats may get torn or damaged when folded, so warming mats should be rolled up for storage. As the temperatures plunge, consumers look to heated mats for extra warmth and comfort. But be sure to use them correctly to prevent a monster energy bill or exposure to electromagnetic waves. Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.